Hello, folks. This is Master Mike Ambrose, and welcome to the first edition of Master Mike's Wrestling Paradise. I've been a long-time wrestling fan, been a fan for about 36 years, which goes back to 1985. Yeah, a long time, Big-time fan. The next few episodes, I'll be telling you more about people I've watched over the years in wrestling and why I decided to do this show. First off, SmackDown's women's division had a big boost with the additions of Tegan Nox, Toni Storm, and Shotzi Blackheart. Tegan and Shotzi are a tag team, and last night defeated the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. So hopefully they'll be featured more. And Toni Storm, they had a package for, and she'll be debuting in about a month or so. I think she's got a lot of potential to be the top woman in the business, no doubt about it. AEW from Friday in Miami, the first show outside of Jacksonville in over a year, was notable because it was the debut of Malachi Black, the former Aleister Black from WWE. Apparently there was a clerical error where he was supposed to have his usual 90-day non-compete that WWE does, but because he was coming from NXT, it was only a 30-day, so he got to show up in AEW, which is funny because just a week earlier, his wife, Zelina Vega, showed up back on Smackdown. Oh no, that's the way that goes. The feud I'm looking forward to in AEW is AEW World Champion Kenny Omega working with Adam Page. I think this feud has been building up for close to 2 years, and I think it could be the best feud they got going. Personally, I think Adam Page should be the AEW World Champion. He's a homegrown guy and not a cast-off from WWE. I think the one thing AEW has, they hire too many cast-offs from WWE. It makes it look B-level. And WCW had that towards the end, and TNA definitely did for a while, before TNA started up again and rebranded as Impact Wrestling. This week marks the 25th anniversary of the NWO, the New World Order, one of the most influential stables in the history of wrestling and influenced for many generations. They were unbelievable. I was a teenager when it happened, so it was definitely impactful for me as a big wrestling fan. Although they're still regarded as one of the best, and they are one of my favorites. They're not my all-time favorite stable of all time. That would go to the Four Horsemen. Without a doubt, the Four Horsemen are the best stable of all time. And yes, Ric Flair is my favorite wrestler, so I'm a little bit partial to him. And you'll be hearing me put over Flair a lot on this podcast in future episodes. But as it stands, my Mount Rushmore stables is the Four Horsemen, the Bullet Club, NWO, and Dangerous Alliance, which only lasted for 7 months. But if you look at the talent that they had top to bottom, I mean, Paul Heyman, Rick Rude, Steve Austin, Arn Anderson, Larry Zbyszko, Bobby Eaton, Medusa, it was just stacked with talent. It was like a murderous row of a stable. You won't get stables like that much anymore. Let me take a quick shout out to some of my favorite podcasts. Keep It at 100 with Conan is one of my favorites. Conan and Disco Inferno, yes, they Disco Inferno have a good rapport together along with Joe Feeney, their producer. Just a cool bunch of guys that have no filter. They're not trying to kiss up to anybody. They're as real as they get. They keep it real, went that well. Shout out to them. Kevin Castle, who followed me back on Twitter after I follow him. He's a cool guy from New York. Very voices and opinions like most New Yorkers are. He keeps that real too. Much love to him, respect to him. Also, I like to send another one to the Taskmaster Talks with Kevin Sullivan, hosted by John Potts of the Two Man Power Trip. Kevin Sullivan talks about all the pay-per-views and shows companies he's worked with, and John Potts is a great host. If you want to listen to a guy that's been around the block, Kevin Sullivan's one of the guys to listen to. Also, I like The Arn Show, hosted by Arn Anderson and Conrad Thompson. Conrad's one of his many podcasts. I think he has about 1,500 of them, maybe 70. No, 7. He's got 7, sorry. Although he might have 70 someday, you never know. And Arn Anderson is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Probably the second best member of the Four Horsemen next to Flair. And also, I want to say, Mark Madden, another guy that a lot of people don't like, a lot of people do like. I like him. I think he's very entertaining. And another guy that says what he thinks. Doesn't, hide from anybody. And you got to respect that. Okay, that's it for now. I'll be around in a day or two, adding some more talk about wrestling and stuff I've liked in wrestling over the years. I'll also talk about other sports like hockey and football. Little pop culture in here maybe once in a while. And take care. Bye-bye.